Battlefield 6 is literally destroying Call of Duty. Okay, I'm just gonna get right into it here. I'm gonna flash the Steam charts, and you know, before I get like very into it, a lot of people are gonna say like, oh, don't use the Steam chart, don't use you can't use that. Guys, come on, what are we supposed to use? Are we supposed to use Xbox numbers? Am I supposed to use the, you know, like non-existent PlayStation numbers? Like, am I supposed to pull numbers out of thin air? Like, come on, man, what am I supposed to use? But anyway, as you can tell, man, 725,000 players. The all-time peak is 747,000. This might have even broke like 800,000 by now. And the Call of Duty's all-time peak was 490,000. Like, it destroyed, you know, a free game in Warzone, right? Imagine that, a paid game destroyed a free game. Like, this is what happens when development studios take their time. This is what happens when, you know, you listen to the community rather than shoving skill-based matchmaking in people's faces for the past, I don't know, 8 years. It probably has been around since like Advanced Warfare 2. Guys, we like, honestly, like, as a COD fan, unfortunately, Call of Duty, you deserve this, okay? You deserve to get shat on because you didn't listen to the community. You didn't do the right thing, on top of, like, not even just the matchmaking, but on top of just putting out mid product after mid product. Like, guys, in this gameplay today you're going to be watching, let me just quickly note the gameplay. Okay, I got 4 matches. I played them all like last night, 2 nights ago. It's all from season 6 of Black Ops 6. Like, you know, honestly, you guys gotta like pay me for playing this game at this point, because this game is so not fun. I'm going to talk about season 6. I'm going to talk about Call of Duty in the very near future here in this video, but I wanted to start off talking about how the Steam numbers and overall, the overall sentiment, the overall like resounding voice that I hear when I log on to Twitter and Reddit is just that, guys, Battlefield 6 is just destroying it. Like, people love Battlefield 6. Not everybody, you know, there's a large majority of people also that don't like Battlefield, and that's fine, but nobody is straight up saying like it's a bad game. Like, the people who play Battlefield, they're not hating on it. It's not like Call of Duty where it's like, you know, COD players hate Call of Duty, but then, you know, day 1 of the beta, they're on it for 8 hours a day, right? And they're just like miserable the entire time. It's not really like that. Battlefield players, they play it, they gripe about some things, and we'll talk about some of the issues that I've been seeing. I personally know myself, okay? And I know I might get a lot of flack in the comment section, but I am self-aware enough to know that I don't like Battlefield games. I don't like that huge map stuff. You know, maybe I'll play Rush or whatever. Yeah, maybe I'll do that on top of things, guys. Like, my PC bricked the other week, and I don't have the money to, like, you know, pay for another game, get Black Ops 7 and Battlefield. Right now, I don't have the funds for it. I'm not trying to do that. My PC bricked, and that took a lot of money to fix. Not a lot of money, but it was just a hassle, and I don't want to deal with, you know, things like that. I never know, you know, honestly, like, life lesson here, guys, you never know what kind of life expense you may end up having. So it's always good to have a little bit saved up. Don't just go spending it willy-nilly. You know, people spending money on like cosmetics in a video game, like, bro, you never know when your car is gonna break down. Like, I would just save that money, unless you're loaded. I guess that's cool. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Steam numbers because it's looking like Call of Duty's in trouble. And this is one of the main reasons why they addressed the whole skill-based matchmaking thing. This is why they had to fix it, because they saw how scary Battlefield is. And it kind of leads to the title of this video: too big to fail. Activision, are you sure? You know what I mean? Like, are you serious here? You are getting destroyed, okay? Battlefield has 10 times the amount of Steam players. Even if you don't want to use Steam, the fact that 10 times the amount of people are playing your game, or playing the opponent's game at some point, obviously it's like launch day and it's not gonna like fully be like that, but you better believe, like, the Steam numbers and stuff like that, it's probably gonna be at least like 4 or 5 times the amount. I'm gonna guess this entire week or month, you know, Battlefield 6, unless like it falls off a cliff, it's probably gonna have at least like 150, 200,000 players playing at one time usually. I'm gonna guess that, you know, I could be completely wrong. And guys, Call of Duty, you need to do something. Like, it's about damn time that you finally adjusted the skill-based matchmaking and, you know, kind of gave us what we want with open matchmaking. Like, it's just, I don't know how it took so damn long. Like, what are you waiting for? You know, you waiting for Call of Duty to die? You waiting for real competition to come? And while I'm on this topic, I don't want to be delusional. I'm not going to come out here and say that, you know, rage baiters and me and Blame Truth and Fooly, I'm not going to say that we had a huge factor. I'm sure that Call of Duty YouTubers, you know, had a huge factor. I'm not going to say myself. I know my channel's nowhere big enough to have, you know, garnered any kind of real attention there, but I'm sure that some of the bigger channels out there, you know, your Nero, your Blame Truths, I'm sure that, you know, it probably mattered to a degree, but I'm not going to come out here and say that because, and you know why? Because people have been complaining about skill-based matchmaking since 2019, maybe even before that. I'm sure if you look up some like old school unks, you know, people are probably complaining about SBMM since like Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3 even. And, you know, when it comes right down to it, the reason that they, you know, that Call of Duty is finally removing skill-based matchmaking is because of Battlefield 6. It's because they have actual competition that they got to worry about. They are losing player base, right? People are not hype about this game. Even at its peak, I think Call of Duty hit like 100,000 with the Black Ops 7 beta. Keep in mind, this is a new beta. It's a new game. They, you know, it's free, essentially for the most part. It's open beta, and they still couldn't even crack like, you know, like 1/7, like, right, you know, like the Battlefield beta was 7 times as successful if you're just looking at the Steam numbers, and that's not to count like Twitch and YouTube and, you know, Reddit. The overall perception, it's like when you build a good product, people are going to take notice and people are going to appreciate that. And when you listen to the community, people, guess what? The community is going to respect you. The community is going to like you a little bit more. Call of Duty just has not been listening for the longest time, and then they scratch their heads wondering, oh shoot, why are we losing players? Oh shoot, one look at Twitter, skill-based matchmaking is trending. Shoot, maybe I gotta adjust that. And the fact that it was so simple that they literally just had to open the mosh pit or change the matchmaking, whatever, rather, it's so simple. Like, it's a little sad as like, oh, they could have done this years ago, but they just chose not to for, let's see, no reason, you know, crazy to think about. I just, you know, I talked about this in a previous video, but it's like Infinity Ward was the one who ended up, you know, convincing Activision executives to essentially not have it in the game. And look what it cost you. Like, this is what happens when you listen to Infinity Ward, I guess. I thought it was Activision this entire time that was just stupid, but I guess it was Infinity Ward. I guess it was some developer at Infinity Ward who's basically costing the downfall of Call of Duty. That's just sad, dude. It's actually pathetic if you think about it. So going back to it, man, too big to fail. Are you sure? You know, Activision, I don't know. It's not in a good state here. And, you know, speaking of things that are in a good state, let's transition on over to Season 6 of Black Ops 6 here. Let me just take a look here at the roadmap. We're going to flash it right here. We actually have a free trial going on for Black Ops 6, which I guess is nice. Campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. And still, honestly, still not getting a whole lot of, you know, special details or whatever, but I guess it's good. First off, the campaign, yeah, cool. We have a haunting event, so we got a couple of new maps. You're seeing gameplay of all of them in today's video, and again, you guys gotta leave a like for this, okay? Because I put myself through maps like Mothball and the Rig, Boo Town. Yeah, so let's talk about it here. The Rig, you probably just finished watching. Overall, I'm not gonna go through this. The game sucks, okay? Season 6 of Black Ops 6 is just like more crap on like a huge pile of crap, okay? It's just not fun, not engaging. The first thing that I noticed when I went back to Black Ops 6, man, is the regular matchmaking queue times. Like, I could feel the SBMM like milking me, like turning me into like, okay, like we gotta calculate, we gotta keep thinking. Oh, okay, after like 1 minute, boom, he's not gonna have fun now. Like, it's just infuriating, man. Like, you have to be delusional to hop back on these Call of Duty games, you know, especially after like experiencing what it was like in the beta, and then hop back on Black Ops 6 and just be like, wow, I'm just getting thrown into sweat-based matchmaking. It's just so not fun. It's a terrible feeling. Not to mention the fact that we can't wall jump anymore. The movement just does not feel good anymore. If you look at the top left of your screen, my GPU temp is going up high and stuff like that. I never experienced that once. On Mono for 3, on Black Ops 7 beta. Like, I've never experienced that. It's just this game, for some reason, I have the lowest settings possible, and we're still experiencing these crazy GPU things, packet burst, packet loss, like GPU temp too high. I don't understand it, man. It doesn't make sense. I literally just got my computer fixed too. Like, you can't even say nothing about like my setup or whatever. Just embarrassing, man. There's new limited time modes like Slasher Deathmatch and the Zombies limited time mode. Dude, I don't care. To be quite honest with you guys, Black Ops 6 is as dead as a doornail for me. When I was hopping on for the Season 6 mosh pit, I would play a game, leave, get into another game, and essentially see the same players. I don't know if the matchmaking is just that damn strict that I can only face the same 12 people, the same 11 people every game, or if this game is just that dead. Keep in mind, I'm playing when the Battlefield 6 beta, or not beta, but the Battlefield 6 drop happened. Guys, like, I think that this game is dead. I can't see anybody playing this game unless you're an absolute, like, I don't know, just I don't get it. You know, even if you're a content creator, like, I'm probably hurting myself so much by not showing Battlefield 6 gameplay. But again, I'm not gonna sell out to Battlefield just because like it's not Call of Duty. Like, I know a lot of people do that, and that's fine. You know, get the bag, I guess. I know myself. I'm a Call of Duty player. I like small maps. I like when it's like up close and personal. I don't like the idea of Battlefield. I don't like the idea of sitting around waiting for people, camping, getting sniped at. I don't like the idea of tanks, no kill streaks. You know, it's not for me, you know? And so I'm kind of in no man's land here where I'm waiting around. And I'm not the only one. We'll talk about some tweets after this, but last thing I'll say is the overall theme of the Halloween event, because if you didn't know, and you probably didn't, but there's a haunting event in Black Ops 6. And the overall theme, I'm not going to say it's positive. I'm not going to be positive about it, but I like that they're doing it, okay? If this was in a game that I actually liked and that I could stomach a little bit, like if it was in Black Ops 7 or Black Ops 2 or something like that, you know, maybe I could get on board with it. And I do like that they're trying something with the event, right? I like that they're adding stuff for the people who do like Call of Duty still, and they're not riding the bandwagon. They had to do something, right? You can't just completely just like put your hands in the air and be like, okay, Battlefield, just take all our players. You know, the free trials going on, new events. They're trying, okay? They're really trying, but unfortunately, man, it's just not what the community wants. It's what you want. It's what Activision, you want this, right? You want the player base to be back, and you think that this is enough, but you don't listen to the community. You don't listen to feedback. You could put in 1 million maps. We don't care, all right? First off, they're probably all suck. And then second off, the matchmaking is just so deciding of a factor. Like the gameplay that, one of these gameplays you're watching on like the face-off map, I want to say it's, oh man, I forgot already what it's called. I think it's called, I forget. It's the one where I'm getting mowed down. I end up with like 31 and 28 or something. And, you know, I was thinking about like not even posting it, but then I was like, you know what? I'm a pretty real guy. Let's put some real gameplay on, because I'm not, this is what it is. This is what SBMM does to an MF, okay? You literally have to sweat. I'm sweating so hard with the FFAR, you know, not calling out or whatever, but like, I'm trying here, you know, I'm trying to get kills and stuff like that, and I just get sweated on. I barely go positive. I started off super negative, and it's just not fun. I just don't get who has fun with this. Everybody ends the game with like a 1 or a 1.5 KD, and it just makes for a terrible experience. But anyway, you guys already knew that. Let's talk a bit about Battlefield, okay? Like, let's talk about it. The overall sentiment here is that you're pretty much split into two camps, right? You're either on like, oh my God, I'm glazing Battlefield 6, this is the best game ever, just save my family. Or you're on the, you know, I don't really get what the hype is about Battlefield 6. There's not a whole lot of people that are like, oh, Battlefield's okay. You know, it's either not haters. There's not really a hater for this game. You can't really hate the game because it took its time, it listened to the community, and it might not be for me, but you know, I honestly, like, I respect people who enjoy what they want to play, and I'm not going to bash them. I'm not going to come out here and be like, oh, you're playing Battlefield? Like, why? Just play COD. Like, and for some reason, Battlefield players really feel the need to. Like, if I tell people like, oh, I'd rather play Season 6 of Black Ops 6, which honestly I don't want to, but you know, let's say it was a good game and I wanted to do that, I know that I get a lot of flack, probably in the YouTube's comment section too, right? Of this video, I'd probably get a lot of flack of people just coming out here saying stuff like, oh, why would you ever play this? You know, like Battlefield 6 is such a better game. They took years to develop. Like you'd hear so much lip about it. And it's like, dude, shut up, you know, like let people play the games that they want to play. I don't understand it, man. And I know I'm not the only one, because I got a couple tweets here from these guys. Played Battlefield 6 for over an hour straight. I don't get it, but I'm clearly not the target audience. Hope you all have a good time though. That's literally what it is. This other guy, Parasite, he says Battlefield 6 is fun, but it's not comparable to COD. The overlap will be in the BR and in terms of casual play. This game is more casual friendly and provides a spectacle. COD is more personal and provides more instant gratification. Both are good at what they do. I like both. I think this is a very fair tweet. I think this is, you know, kind of echoing what I was trying to convey on Twitter. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure to go there. I don't know what you're waiting for. But honestly, guys, like Parasite is very right. You know, Battlefield 6, it can be fun for the people who like that. It's a movie, it's a spectacle, you know, it's like a performance in a special kind of way. It's like more artsy. Call of Duty is just nitty gritty, instant gratification, you know, just hitting people in the face as soon as possible, dying, and then going on those streaks again. And it's instant. It's not team reliant. You know, you can call me a dumb COD player, you can call me a selfish player, a casual, whatever, but I know myself. I'm not that much of a gamer, you know. When it comes to games, I'm very, very picky with what I choose to play, what I choose to invest in. You know, a lot of my friends, they try to get me on these games all the time, you know, oh, play this game, you know, play this one. And I'm just like, dude, I know myself. I'm going to play it for like, what, an hour with you and then get bored. Or I'll play it for, you know, a week, max everything out and then get bored. Like when it comes to Call of Duty, yes, I get bored mostly because of the matchmaking. But honestly, like if you fix the matchmaking, which they are doing this year, I can see myself not getting as bored as quickly. And I think that's good. And again, that's why I'm really hopeful for Black Ops 7. And I think it's okay to be hopeful. You know, this year might actually have a different tune when it comes to Call of Duty. Imagine that. It's crazy, right? One thing I am noticing about a Battlefield 6 so far is the UI. People don't like this UI. I see this tweet from Ink Slasher right here, and he says, I know we're full on Battlefield 6 glazing mode, but can we agree that the menus in the game are absolutely horrible? Just taking a look at this, dude, I don't understand the heart on that these developers have, and I say for Call of Duty 2, for these random horizontal UIs that just they're just not intuitive. Like seriously, guys, they don't feel like they're adding anything. They don't feel like they are helpful. It just doesn't. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. Who has fun looking at this? Who has fun scrolling through this Hulu style of randomness? I'm just not a fan. I know a lot of people are just not fans. I got this clip from Nadeshot too, where he talks a little bit about what we were just talking about when it comes to Battlefield 6 versus Black Ops 7. Guys, you don't need to pick one. And if it's not a political campaign, it's not a gang war, you don't need to pick one side and stick to it and just roll with it for life. You can enjoy both. You can enjoy neither if you want it. You know, like no one's gonna sue you. No one's gonna put a gun to your head and be like, hey, pick one right now or you're not a real gamer. Like that's what people think, and it's just not the case. So let me just play this clip from Nadeshot real quick.
The weird part about just the gaming community in general and the way that people talk about games, it's almost like you can only like one game and that's it. If you like multiple games and you enjoy playing multiple games, you're like you're the bad guy, bro. You're a villain in this story. I like Call of Duty and I like Battlefield. That's really the short and sweet. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the gaming community, we tear each other apart when this used to be where we all just kind of came into this was like our fucking thing, you know? Like the gaming community to me used to be a lot more connective. We all used to be kind of like in the same fucking frame of mind, and this was like our place to fucking hide away from the world. And now it's just like, I feel like it's fucking turf wars, gang wars. Like if you like one game, that's the only game you can like.
Honestly, like, yeah, I completely agree with what Nate said. And yeah, even though I don't like really respect him for that whole gambling stuff that we're not going to talk about in this video, yeah, he made some good points about Battlefield 6. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that. One last thing I want to talk about in this video before we round things up. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, you're still here, leave a like and subscribe. Okay, I really appreciate it. We're going to try these longer style videos here and there, just especially when there's like a lot to talk about. And yeah, the last thing I want to talk about is the Black Ops 7 beta, the cheaters. Okay, I'm thinking about doing an entire dedicated video about cheaters, but for now, I'm just going to touch on it real quick. The data shows that according to Team Ricochet, day one, 97.5% of matches were completely clean of cheaters, and by day 5, that number rose to 98.8% of matches being cheater-free. I'll just be honest with you guys right here. I did not experience a cheater. I don't know if I'm just not in the skill bracket for it, I'm just blind to it or anything, but there was nothing that was like super obvious to where I was like, hey, that's super sus, or hey, that's not fair. There was never a case like that for me, and for the most part, I never experienced or never heard that much on Twitter and Reddit. I'm sure that if you look hard enough, you can find some clips, and I'm not gonna say that it never existed, because obviously it did. They're admitting that 97.5% was clean, which means like almost 3% was not clean. And I'm not gonna be one of those delusional, rage baiting channels that's just like, oh, why is it not 100% day one? It's a AAA studio. Like, let's be honest here, okay? Cheaters are smart. The cheat providers, at least. Cheat providers are smart. They are constantly building and reframing code and everything like that to make it so that they're working around it. It's a cat and mouse game, right? It's not just that Activision's lazy and it's just like, oh, we see you, but we don't care. I'm sure that's part of it, I guess, but also, like, a big part of it you guys got to understand is the fact that cheaters are evolving. It's not a one-time thing and that's it. They're evolving. They're constantly trying to get better, constantly trying to work around Ricochet. And I'm not trying to shill or anything like that. Okay, don't get me wrong. I think that Activision could do a better job of it, of course. But I guess, like, if you choose to believe them, if you choose to believe here what Ricochet, Anti-Cheat, and the Call of Duty updates Twitter is talking about, then yeah, I mean, I guess we have something here. I think that the fact that I didn't experience one, and I know it's very anecdotal, but I did play a good amount of the beta. I'm not gonna lie, I played more in the Black Ops 7 beta than I did in like any previous Call of Duty beta, and obviously it's because of the open matchmaking. I think the fact that I played that much and didn't experience anything that was like even remotely like a cheating, accusation, I think that's good. I think that the TPM and the secure boot, all that stuff, like, for now is working. Again, we'll see when the full game launches. We'll see when cheat providers like evolve still, like how much can Ricochet actually catch. Hopefully, they just hopefully they just go to work with it. Hopefully they just destroy cheating altogether. Obviously that'd be the most ideal, but I don't know, man. If you experience a cheater in the Black Ops 7 beta or in Battlefield 6 actually too, like, let me know in the comment section. I'd be curious, It's just, how sad of a situation are we in that we have to worry about cheaters in a game that we just purchased, like in a game that we just started playing? Like, it's just sad, man. I don't know. I think it's sad. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, man. This was a long ramble. But I do want to make these kinds of videos here and there. I think that the longer videos are going to do better. I think overall people are going to enjoy it more. I actually do like covering like different topics as well, and I get to show off a little bit more gameplay as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about these Black Ops 6 Season 6 maps. I'm sure that many of you have not tried it. I know most people have quit Black Ops 6 by now. It's just, it's just not fun, And just to round it out here, too big to fail. Activision, I think you're a joke. I think that saying that so preemptively was just such a poor decision. And now that we have the Steam charts to, basically prove that Call of Duty is not #1 anymore, they will get outsold. I am like basically fully confident that they will get outsold and completely bodied by Battlefield 6 this year. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. I think it's over. But that doesn't mean that Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7 is going to suck or anything. It just means that sales-wise, competition, we're good. We finally have competition on our hands, and let's make the most of it. Let's get the best out of both games. I don't hate either game in particular. I just want the best for the gaming community. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, man. If you're still here, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you guys. Leave a like. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.